Hello and welcome to Sunrise, Florida, where we are at the Florida Panthers Ice Den, where we have a fantastic weekend of hockey coming from all around the country into the precipice of South Florida. Hello and welcome. My name is Ryan Lee. So happy to be with you here this evening, and we have ourselves an absolutely exciting tournament coming on with the AAU Hockey All-Star Challenge coming throughout the entire weekend, spanning all the way from today and concluding all the way on Sunday. There are going to be a lot of teams competing. It's a round-robin type of tournament. Currently, we are going to have the College Hockey South's gray team coming up against the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League All-Stars, coming against each other, a compilation of some of the best talent across each individual conference, going up against each other for a little bit more than just pride. There are some stakes involved as well that all these guys are competing for. A lot of rules come into this type of tournament, especially in a round-robin format. It's not exactly the clearest tournament that you might think of coming off the footsteps of March Madness, but nonetheless, there's a lot of excitement and a lot of things coming for every single team involved, because every single game and every individual result can produce an outcome. Every single period will have points as well. Every team that wins their individual period will get a singular point in their round-robin standings. A win in regulation will garner 3 points in totality, and if things are tied after the conclusion of 3 periods, we will go straight into a shootout where things will break down a little bit. A victory in the shootout in overtime will produce a pair of points for the victor in that matchup, and whoever does not come up on top in the shootout after the regulation time, well, they'll at least come away with a singular point in the round robin, and even a couple of other minor points there for results. We'll get into that when the time comes. But of all of the teams involved, there are 6 teams in total, and at the end of it, they will all get reseeded based on their total of points. So based on the points that they've scored within the individual periods, getting the differential per period, getting the differential for the entirety of the game, and even some of those overtime and shootout potential points as well can all produce a result onto Saturday, where we'll continue the remainder of round robin play. And then it all comes down to Sunday, starting at 10 a.m. and spanning all the way to the 12:30 p.m. start time for the main round of tournament play. Everything gets broken down into a 1 through 6 seed, and a 1 through 4 will battle against each other. A 3 versus 4 match for a number 3 overall team, and then the top team and the number 2 team will come off. That is coming up on Sunday at 12:30 for the opportunity to take the championship for the AAU All-Star Challenge. There's a lot of excitement for both of these two crews, as you never know what you're going to be able to expect. A lot of fresh faces and a lot of talent coming off of both sides. With the CHS gray team, you're having some teams who have not only won their respective divisions in College Hockey South, but a lot of winners within the entirety of the AAU Nationals. Florida's Division II team won the AAU Nationals and even their secondary tournament, the SEC Hockey Championship, right after. University of Miami will be a part of the CHS gray team. They brought 3 members of their own, winning both the Division III of CHS and the entire Nationals for AAU on the Division III level as well. South Carolina won Division I of College Hockey South. They will be participating, a majority of their guys, on the CHS white team. So College Hockey South actually bringing a total of 2 teams to this tournament, with guys from all 3 divisions of play. So you're going to be seeing some Division I guys playing with Division III guys, Division II guys sprinkled into the mix. It's just an overall mixture of everyone involved throughout the entirety of College Hockey South, throughout the entirety of the ACC, all coming together to earn their way towards the top prize for this tournament here in Coral Springs. As we continue for the remainder of warm-ups, it's the AAC coming in the greens, while College Hockey South will be sporting the grays. Starting lineups and the start of the first period coming up after this.
I like dialing it. Like, after a day or so I thought about it. And he goes,
We're back here in Coral Springs, Florida, in the Florida Panthers Ice Den, where College Hockey South and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League All-Stars will be squaring off against each other in Ring 2 of the Ice Den. College Hockey South in the grays are going to be starting things off from right to left. ACC will be starting things off from left to right in the all greens as we go through the starting lineups and the start of the match.
Number 18, AAU. Number 24, Trevor Grindel. Number 29, Sawyer Tandler. Number 71, Jack Slayton. And in net, number 29, Jack Vieira. And now, the starting lineup for Team CHS Red. Number 3, Noah Gabriela. Number 7, Matthew Kiyosh-Kirian. Number 11, Nick Rainiger. Number 21, Keegan Landona. Number 69, Dylan Draveney. And in net, number 33, Cameron Crawford. If you are able, please stand for the national anthem.
Back at the Ice Den, rink number 2, where we have the College Hockey South gray team going up against the All-Stars of the ACC, the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League, with our entire broadcast crew. My name is Ryan Lee. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we have a lot going on and a lot of stakes to be played. Remember, there are points across the board for essentially every single result. A win in regulation will provide each team with 3 points in their respective standings. A win in their respective periods will provide 1 point as well. So don't just keep a lookout for how this entire game will evolve as the goals keep racking in, but each individual period has some stakes involved as well as we are getting started here at center ice. Dylan Draveney faces off against AJ Bugern, and CHS South. CHS Gray will take the opening face-off as ACC look to ship things along. College Hockey South with 3 divisions as they try to walk into the zone, just goes overhead. College Hockey South with 3 divisions. Division 1 was won by South Carolina Gamecocks, while the second division was won by the Florida Gators, and Division 3 was taken away by the hometown heroes for today's matches, the Miami Hurricanes. Face off won again by CHS as the shot comes up in front, but that was an easy kick away by Jack Vieira. ACC in the greens, they look to take this one away. They're looking to continue as they push past center. One-handed feed, but it's just going to be a quick retrieval for AJ Bugern. A nice stop along the way as is disrupted, but not for long. ACC entering the zone, but a quick whiff on the shot provides a turnover for Dylan Draveney. Dumps it off. Reiniger out wide, tries to deke his man. Reiniger just dumps this one off as CHS goes for a couple of changes. It was right in front of the net of Vieira, but ACC able to walk away with this one. Matthew Hornick walks the line, but a little offside as we are stopped. So regular timing rules, regular scoring rules goes across the board, 3 periods of 20. Nothing changes per se. It's just some of those intricacies in the details or what is really the difference maker going to be for this game throughout. That first shot goes right above the head of Cam Crawford as it comes back to the point. Deflection takes its way all the way into the corner. Michael Williams wants that one, but Max Metzenmer just takes this one away, but not out. Deflection up in front, gets covered up, loose puck in front, and they score, but no goal as Cameron Crawford got the whistle, even though he never covered it. Crawford, the third team all CHS Division II, got a bit of a benefit of the doubt there as it was very clearly loose, only a minute and a half deep into this match. It was very clearly loose. Referees whistled it down prematurely. ACC are unable to get the early lead, but they do have the zone pressure as they carry on. Wrap it around near side. Matt Schneider tries to feed off for his Hurricane teammate, Max Mensimer. Dumps it off, Riker Ferry. Schneider, Mensimer, and Ferry compose this line, an all-Miami Hurricane line as Mensimer takes a shot up in front. Ferry with a rebound, cannot quite get there. Mensimer to the point. Retrieves again. Wants the feed for Schneider, but unable to make it go, so it just sputters its way all the way back. Adrian Pape. Tip feed, Mensimer from a wide-angle shot. Goes off of a stick and out of play. Very interesting strategy from CHS Gray as Max Mensimer for the entirety of the University of Miami Hurricane season was playing on defense. He led the entirety of the team in goals, assists, and points as a defender. He plays up in the forward today in the All-Star match. So we'll see how some of these changing of positions might carry themselves out over the entirety of the tournament as that shot from CHS gets stopped up in front by Vieira. ACC recollects. Just out of the reach of the intended target, but it's still deep in the CHS gray zone. Back to the point, easily snagged, Cam Crawford. A nice season for the goaltender of Alabama Huntsville of the second division of CHS. A .910 save percentage throughout 15 games played. He's been steady throughout the entire season for Alabama Huntsville, enough to earn their way into 7th place in the playoffs and in the regular season. CHS dumps this one deep, no icing. No one quite able to make anything of it as it's still just juggling around. ACC finally able to get a possession on it as a seam pass takes the tip on. Just dropped off by Brill Jacek. That was going to be sent up in front. Crawford covers up again. So a couple of early opportunities for both sides, essentially a feeling out process as you might only have 2 or 3 guys at any given moment who have played together. And you're going to have some new D partners, some new forward partners. It's going to really be interesting how this shakes out throughout the entirety of the game. As it's going to be a wide angle shot, a rebound up in front of the slot. No one can quite get the tip on. ACC still with possession. Knoll along the far side comes back to the point. Tipped out of the zone and a nice defensive stick made by Stephen Rossi as it comes back into the ACC end. 3.5 minutes into the first. Stolen away by Rossi. Dangerous feed, but nothing available. Reininger. Back to the point. And just swept along, and now a potential break for ACC. A breakaway all alone, stopped by Crawford. Another chance goes, but just overhead was the blast from Trevor Granzow. ACC still dangerous deep in the CHS end. A ring around the boards, finds its way to Logan Boatwright. Goes all the way across for Rossi. CHS with a strip and a possession. Adrian Pape in the corner. Wanted the backhand for Kush Korean, but nothing available. Four divisions of the ACC combined for this tournament as they carry into the CHS end. Coming right off the bench goes Dylan Drevany. His pass gets intercepted all the way back to the Alabama Crimson Tide member, Jack Owen. A little bit too far. Owen again. Intercepted the other way by ACC as one of the players was offside. Unable to make anything go. That was Ogborn who was offside, so he has to come all the way back. But now CHS look to threaten. Owen. All that juggling finds its way all the way back to Pape. And now ACC has it disrupted by Lappinen. Lappinen along the far side. Cannot quite evade his man. But CHS recollects all the way back again as it comes back into the row end from the Florida Gators, Noah Horwitz. Kush Korean intercepted. Horwitz keeps this one in the possession, but just flutters this one in the general direction of Vieira, who had to be careful there as that bouncing puck was a potential opportunity there, but CHS keeps it in the zone. Centering Fee, unable to find Riker Ferry up in front. Some national champions up on the ice. 3 members of the Miami Hurricanes D3 team, 2 from the Florida Gators D2 team. A nice little deke move there from ACC, and now a potential break. Wide angle shot was denied by Crawford. Matt Schneider could not quite the deflection he wanted, so it's kept in. As Cecil was just a little bit off target. Riker Ferry carries in. He's waiting. Ferry wanted Schneider, but it was just a little off the mark on the one-timer. That forward line of Mensimer, Schneider, and Ferry has threatened for the University of Miami the entire season, enough to win them the 3rd division of College Hockey South regular season and in the playoffs. Max Mensimer wanted Ferry, comes off of a body. Ferry bodies his man. Ferry up in front. Schneider was just not quite where he needed to be. ACC player down on his knees as it comes back again. Ferry, Schneider blocked in front. Connor Diem on the deflection as Ferry wants to go again. Schneider, wrap around, parked behind Vieira. Side of the net, wants to make something go. Ferry in front, backhander, and that one was unable to find a way to anyone. CHS keeps possession, however, it goes to Reiniger. 8.5 minutes in as it's going to be off of a leg. Rebound, unable to get hit right on the money by Carter Sullivan. So ACC comes back the other way. Drop pass, stripped away, Sullivan. Carter Sullivan, pirouettes, wants the cross for Richter, but it's intercepted. Burgum drops it off, Slayton. Slayton tussling in the corner as it comes right in front of the slot. Nothing available as I was almost threatening, but J.R. Sullivan is right back on that one. To the point, deflection is just overhead. CHS with possession and just gives it away as it's up in front, off the mark. Rebound, Crawford has to make the splits to stop the puck in front. Cameron Crawford has been so good for College Hockey South. As he continues to just backwall this CHS side. ACC getting their chances, but with Crawford in the way, it might make life difficult for the guys in green. Tip pass, one ahead for Stephen Rossi as it comes all the way around. Here comes Scalia, who just dumps it in. A 3-on-1 opportunity for ACC, they'll take it. Wide angle shot off the mark. Rossi fighting for it. Just touched away by Crawford. Bank off the boards, unable to be held in. A nice shift from CHS as they look to regain possession, but it's kept in to the offensive end. Weaving through defenders, just buried along. It's just nothing but obstacles along the way. A hook right at center ice will provide ACC with an opportunity to go on the power play. As Vieira comes back to the bench, extra attacker for ACC. 10.5 in the first, and we have the first power play opportunity upcoming on a delay. Entering the zone all the way around. Centering up in front, no one quite able to get there. Coming off the bench is a little backhand move, but nothing able to go. Cross ice, deflection, blocked in front, as it's finally touched up by Nick Reiniger to produce the first power play of the game against CHS. Stephen Rossi into the box for 2. So it's not something you generally see in a hockey all-star game, but 2 minutes are on the board with Stephen Rossi sitting at the bench for a hook. It'll be curious how this team meshes together on the power play. Generally, just so much chemistry involved to make a power play effective. As a turnover comes back the other way, and now it's going to Kush Korean. Kush Korean all alone! Just off of the crossbar. Kush Korean was all alone and had Vieira beat. But now ACC the other way. Drop pass, firing, blocked away by Crawford. Capped into the offensive end. Goes Granzow. Dekes past Kush Korean. Granzow takes a deflection, and that one sputters its way behind Crawford and beats him for the first goal of the game. Trevor Granzow from Liberty, 49 points on the year in 18 games, gets a very helpful deflection to find its way over Crawford into the back of the net, and that goal that was waved off earlier gets taken back as ACC takes the 1-0 lead. Just nothing much to it. They just say get pucks to the net, and that's exactly what happened. Granzow just threw that one to the net.
Time of the goal, 10:17 in the first period.
Just throw that one in front of the net, get a lovely deflection, just finds its way behind the goaltender, and sometimes it's just that simple. Get the puck to the net. As ACC looks to continue driving into the net. Inside the offensive end, wanting the feed up in front, but nothing available, and here comes Riker Ferry, a 2-on-1 with Schneider. Ferry holds, Ferry shot off of a leg. Ferry recollects one, it's Metzemer up in front before it gets poked away by Vieira. Bonsall, blockered away. Comes all the way back for Sawyer Tentliff. Just generously goes off of the skate of by Beryl Jakic. As Berkel Jakic has it back. Turned over up in front, stopped by Crawford as another dangerous opportunity for ACC has to get steered aside by Cam Crawford. Connor Diem could not hit his man, icing against ACC. Their numbers on the jersey are wrong. Face off one, but it gets stalled out. It just comes all the way down, all the way deep in the CHS end once again. Berkel Jakic just tries to steer that one away, but it's kept back in by ACC, who'll just turn around and send it right back. Horwitz Comes right back for Perkle Jakic. Pass flies right at center, and no one quite able to recollect. But it goes to Carter Sullivan, who is in a 1v2. Sullivan, backhander, loose puck in the slot. No one's got it. Still looking, backhand again, right in front for Vieira. Vieira scrambling, CHS is scrambling. No one's got it as it finds its way to the corner. ACC with it back once again. As the centering feed, and that shot was just way wide by Connor Ogborn. Casper continues to let it follow through. Casper again. Looking for options, no one quite available. CHS looking to disrupt us defensively as it comes back to the point. Point to point, and it hits an obstacle up in front. And CHS will clear. Will it be enough for icing? No, it will not. Full sail change for both squads. Stripped by Scalia, who just sends this one deep again, so the rest of CHS can continue making changes. It's his turnover once again. Boatwright slings that one just wide. AJ Burgum with 6:23 to go in the first period. Cannot touch that one as Rossi would have been offside. Bit of a battle, just has a poking puck come all the way down as just gets ringed around the boards. Centering feet up in front, just off of the toe of Crawford. The ACC still threatening deep. Granzow, the goal scorer, sends it all the way back to the point. He's got a man Locklear, but it comes and hits a leg before it comes back. Locklear again. Bank it off the board. Tussle in the corner as we are at the 5.5-minute mark remaining in the first. ACC up on College Hockey South Gray, and now another 2-on-1 here for CHS. Cross ice pass, Rossi is snagged by Vieira with 5.25 to go in the first. Face-off coming to the right of Vieira as the face-off is taken away, ACC, but continue to chase this CHS as there's a loose glove. ACC back in the offensive end once again, but just a touch offside with Sawyer Tentliff. So we've been seeing how some of the potential lack of chemistry might be affecting the way that both of these teams are playing. You have guys who normally do not play with each other, maybe making the pass on the off wing perhaps, or just unable to hit the mark. But CHS is back inside of the ACC end with her poke battling it at the corner. Spin around shot was denied by Vieira. Wraparound opportunity, hesitation. Comes back to the point, deflected up in front, rebound, Vieira's sprawling. Who's got it? And Vieira does with 4.5 to go in the first. Still a 1-0 game in favor of the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League, which has broken down into 4 divisions, 3 at the Division II level, 1 at the Division III level. As that blast comes right at the point, it's going to be caught again by Jake Vieira, who had a very solid season for the High Point Panthers. 2.36 goals against average and a .917 save percentage for Jake Vieira on the season. He's had a very solid go-around, enough to make him an all-star selection for High Point in net nonetheless. A drop pass as a wide angle shot comes right off of a body. That was Horwitz making the block. Another chance goes. Crawford scrambling up in front. Puck up in the air, and it gets held on by Cameron Crawford. Crawford has had to see a lot of scrambles right in front of the net. A lot of just chaos in the crease. Having to find his way and get the vision in front of just a barrage of bodies. That last one popped in the air, had to snag that one right out of midair. But nonetheless, he keeps this game at 1 with just over 4 to go. Ferry earns the faceoff for CHS. Max Mensimer, a potential 3-on-2 here as he lofts that one wide for Ferry. Mensimer walks away with it, wants Schneider up in front, but it hits a body before it can go anywhere. Jake Knoll in the corner, stripped away Schneider. Mensimer could not quite get the touch he wanted as it went off of a ACC player leg, but nonetheless it's kept inside of the zone by CHS. Ferry continues to battle deep. ACC wanting the seam pass from Michael Williams, but he's all alone in the CHS end. Wanted to send that one to the slot, nothing. Riker Ferry wanting to one-hand that one to Schneider, but was not able to make its way through, so ACC comes back the other way with just over 3 to go in the first in a 1-goal game. Ferry continues to battle. He walks away with a lofting that one, a little bit too low for Matt Schneider. But Rick and Reininger keeps this one in the offensive end. Not for long, however. ACC walks away with that as it's centering up in front. Casper was just a touch offside. Three divisions in the Division II of the ACC. Rowan, High Point, and West Virginia claiming the titles in those 3 divisions. And the one Division III side, the M3 Premier for the ACC, won by William and Mary. As it's a foot race, Vieira out of his own net. He's having to make some risky moves. He turned it over, but it finds its way behind the net, so the danger gets dissipated there. But CHS looked to gain possession on the offensive ends. A shot gets blocked. A rebound up in front was not available. Pape deflected, just goes wide off of the stick of Carter Sullivan. Sullivan again wants it. A sweep goes for Richter, and Vieira holds tight. 1-0 ACC, 2 minutes and 4 seconds in period 1 here at the Ice Den. So if the result continues to hold, it will be 1 point in the standings in favor of ACC. Goal differential per period matters, because if you win the respective period, you get a singular point in the standings. So if ACC hangs on, they'll earn the first point of this AAU National All-Star Showdown. As College Hockey South looked to say something about that, wide angle shot feeds it, was stopped by. Another chance goes, rebound up in front, scramble, no one's got it, loose puck, no one can find it, but CHS walks away with that one, center up in front, and an unbelievable paddle save by Jake Vieira. Pape keeps this one in, 90 seconds left to go. CHS takes another shot, but it goes wide. Pape blocks that puck, keeps it in, just throws that one in the direction of the net. Pape up in front, rebound, cannot quite get it to go, but a deflection comes for CHS, just comes right towards center. Trevor Granzow dumps this one off, and now an opportunity here before it's swept away by Jack Owen.
That's handy for me.
Logan Boatwright. A little bit too far for anyone, so Santos Scalia is over there. Coming from a very short roster, only 13 skaters on his Eastern Kentucky roster as it's turned over, continuing to fight for it, but he takes it back over. Dropped off, Rossi. Rossi weaves through, but could not quite get it to go. Around the boards for another 40. 35 left to go. A trip right at the blue line, and now an opportunity here. Everyone's tumbling. Cross ice. Crawford cannot quite find his way to Crawford in the first place, as the bank shot was just a little bit out of reach for Scalia. Just died on him, just short. Rossi, can he try to keep this game level with less than 15 seconds to go? No, but Horwitz keeps it in. Horwitz, stolen away, all the way down. No icing called. So that will be the end of the first period, and for the AAU All-Star standings, the first point goes in favor of the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League. So 1 point per team if they win the respective period, and that triples if they can carry it out for the remainder of the game. 1-0 for ACC in the opening match of the AAU All-Star Tournament. 1-0 is the score in terms of the overall standings in favor of the ACC. Start of the second period coming up. Ryan Lee and the rest of our crew with you here. So happy to be with you once again in Coral Springs at the Florida Panthers Ice Den, where we have the AAU All-Star Challenge. And some strategy has been coming into play with both of these teams as they're getting ready to start things off. We saw Cameron Crawford take that first period of play, only letting in 1 goal for the third team all second division of College Hockey South. And now we have Division III's first team goalie for College Hockey South, and Tyler Terranova taking the net from the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. So we will see how he goes in net. 7-4-1 on the season, finishing things off with a .924 save percentage in the .298 GAA. We'll see how Terranova will take things over as he takes the reins in net. Crawford let in 1 goal at the 10:17 mark of the first period. That was on the power play from Trevor Grasnow. Just took a deflection off of a stick and just flew right over the head of Crawford and directly right into the basket right behind him. Just one of those unfortunate plays, but the old adage goes, balls to the net, pucks to the net. And that's exactly what happened here. The U-Miami line takes things off to start off period number 2. As we have Michael Williams circling things around with J.R. Slayton beside him and Sam Casper on the opposite wing. Jack Vieira will continue to take his place in the AAU, in the ACC net, as the AAU All-Star Challenge, period number 2, starts things off with a fresh 20. ACC in the greens going from right to left, while CHS in the grays going from left to right as it's just dumped down behind the net of Terranova. Gabriluk. Schneider wants to loft it ahead for Max Metzimer, but just a little bit too far. And icing against College Hockey South. So an interesting strategy to start things off for the University of Miami front line of Schneider, Ferry, and Mensimer. They didn't start the first period, but you gotta let the national champions cook every so often. In first 25 seconds, Mensimer was streaking in. It's a little bit of an interesting thing going on with Mensimer playing a forward. He was playing defense the entire season for the Canes, but nonetheless, he continues to make his contributions and gets his first touch of the period. Tries to send it down for Riker Ferry in a foot race. Ferry centering, wanted Schneider, but was not available. Comes back to Schneider again. Just feeds it to no man's land, and ACC will take over. Elevating that way high for Slayton. Intercepted, Mensimer. Nice little deke move for Mensimer. Has Ferry. Ferry back to Mensimer. Just couldn't get the control. Mensimer just throws it to the net, but is off the outside of the cage. Matt Hornick. Hornick behind his own goal. Mensimer and Vieira having some fun with each other, but it comes all the way back. Ferry at center. Ferry overskated that, so it gets turned over the other way for Dakota Johnson. Drop off, centering. That one is stopped in front, absorbed by Tyler Terranova. So Terranova was in a very interesting position all the way throughout the summer. Led Alabama to a 3rd seed in the regular season, and with just some unfortunate play in the CHS playoffs, they dropped down to 5th in the playoffs once the CHS playoffs got started over in Lakeland. But he has been very strong, as mentioned, first team all Division III for College Hockey South, taking over the net, number 30 back there in the red pads. And CHS looks to gain control, a toe drag move, and just a little bit too far for Noah Horwitz. Wanted Sullivan in front, but Richter has to come back. Ken Richter led his team of University of Tennessee in assists. Tries to go for the feed, but nothing available. As it comes back to the other side, Richter once again. Richter holds, dangles, Richter! Centers could not find the intended target for Sullivan. Sullivan was all alone. He tried to make something go as he led South Florida on goals, but could not get the tap in there. Long shot snagged by Terranova, could not quite keep it stopped. So CHS scrambling to get it out, up in front, kept in. Wide angle shot, Terra Nova has to step out to deny Connor Kane. One of the few things from Tyler Terra Nova, a miscue in net. He had the puck stopped in his glove, could not keep it in there. So it provided a first scoring opportunity for the ACC in the second period of play, only 2.5 in. One-handed pass, Lampinen has a 2-on-1. Lampinen, Reininger, back for Lampinen, deflected. Someone just goes behind the nets. Lampinen has that one poked away from him by Casper, who takes this one out, but not all the way, as he gets upended, and now Zach Adra easily backhanded and easily steered aside from Terra Nova. A nice block up in here, a stretch pass for Lampinen, tries to go, but unable to hit as a sputtering puck comes all the way for Owen. Into the corner it goes, CHS possessing deep, cycles its way all the way around. Still deep. Kush Korean calls for it, but it just gets dropped off instead for Reininger. Around the boards once again. Ogborn. Reininger. Hit an obstacle up in front, and that one will be cleared all the way down the length of the ice. And Terra Nova's got the arm up, as does the official. Icing against ACC. So Trevor Granzow with 15 goals in 18 games for Liberty. Scored the opening goal back at the 10:17 mark of the first period. Is the lone goal of this period, and this whole game rather, enough to give ACC the upper edge in the round robin standings to earn themselves a singular point for winning the period. Now CHS looks to respond as it goes off of the toe of Vieira. Zach Adra banking it off the board for Connor Kane, intercepted by CHS. It's taken away by Adrian Pape of Kennesaw State, who drops this one off for Rossi. Rossi led Florida Tech in points, wants to keep it around for Pape, and he just backhands that one in. ACC, very meticulous. Wanted the centering pass for J.R. Slayton, but it's intercepted again. Rossi accelerates, turns on the Jets. Rossi, backhander, tipped on, and that one was just enough for Vieira to get the push off. End to end, ACC gets the deflection. Terra Nova comes out of his net. No one's got it. It's still swinging around, swatted away by CHS as they clear the zone. Scalia wanted the race. He just goes to the bench instead. Connor Diem. Diem! Stopped by Terra Nova. Whoa, Connor Diem. Way to take it by yourself. 25 points in 17 games will produce some highlights just like that. The product out of Liberty. Five minutes into the second period. CHS still in a 1-0 deficit on the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League. Face-off won by the ACC as Terra Nova just has that one just flutter its way between his legs. He just squeezes up and holds. And we'll try again. Exactly 5 minutes deep in this second period. Bank pass, Max Mensimer. Riker Ferry. Schneider has some opportunities here. Ferry takes the shot as that one comes off of Vieira and out of play. Riker Ferry, Matt Schneider, and Max Mensimer really looking to continue the onslaught that they had. Riker Ferry had 1 goal and 2 points in the national final versus Florida Southern to take that win for the AAU D3 Nationals just a couple of weeks ago over in Eastern Pennsylvania. But ACC miscue as Schneider wants to cycle that one around. ACC unable to clear from the zone as that one just goes way wide. Brko Jakic fights along the boards. Puck battle on the corner still. No one quite able to get it clear. Tangle up in the legs of the official. And ACC walks away with it. Schneider gloves it down, but can't hold. Michael Williams. Backhander. Looks for his intended target. He eventually hits it. ACC still possessing deep in the CHS zone. Noah Horwicks, third team All College Hockey South Division II. Just turns it over as he tries to clear. Centering, can't quite find a teammate, so Schneider flips it down and iced. The CHS bench is right below us, so you can see all of the players coming off and attempting to come back on. Officials are trying to situate the substitution situation as Schneider, Mensimer, and Ferry have to retake the ice after attempting to come off. But nonetheless, they're back on for after the icing. As the blast comes from the point, they score off of the deflection up in front. And ACC doubles the lead off of the initial shot from the point by Christian Ivancic. And tipped up in front. There goes Luke Basir. Luke Basir up in front in the slot. 9 goals in 18 games when he was playing in the regular season with Liberty. Gets the deflection off of the shot from Christian Ivancic of William and Mary.
Time of the goal, 6:17 in the second period.
Turnover in the CHS zone. Turnover had to be quick on that one, as that one was just right in front. An unfortunate giveaway right in front of the CHS net. But ACC looks to continue to fight on. Back into the CHS end. As it comes across, Kush Korean. Kush Korean gets tripped up, hand up from the official. As that one will be whistled down. Kush Korean got tripped along the way. Terranova was making his way.
CHL goal scored by number 67, Mazarin, assisted by number 13, Christian Ivancic. Time of the goal, 6:17 in the second period.
So Matthew Hornick will go into the box. He tripped up Kush Korean as he was making that streak along the near boards. And now the first power play opportunity for CHS. Gray comes along. One opportunity for ACC, unable to make anything go. Now first opportunity for College Hockey South. Let's see how they try to make this one work as Carter Sullivan takes it. Drops it off. Kush Korean, who drew the penalty. Return feed for Kush Korean goes slightly awry. It got deflected back. Sullivan takes it back. Kush Korean has it behind the ACC net, continues to hold. Richter just sends this one deep again. Wants to wrap it around the board, so stepping up on the play is going to be Reininger. An interception for ACC, and now they look to go shorthanded. Wide angle shot off of the outside of the cage. A streaking pass, and now an opportunity for College Hockey South. Here goes Yesnich, who takes a big body along the boards. Carter Sullivan has along the corner. Pape, a swing and a miss, and J.R. Slayton the other way. Slayton versus Terranova. Terranova gets the stop. Another 45 seconds to go in the man advantage for College Hockey South. Jack Owen was there trying to reach out for it, but could not negate the icing, so it comes all the way back. 40 seconds left on the man advantage for College Hockey South. They look to try to have this lead that ACC has accumulated. Bezere from Ivancic is the difference maker to make this game 2-0. Keegan Lampinen. Lampinen drives up in front, scramble up in front. No one could quite get it out of the reach of Noah Gabrilik, and he has to come all the way back. Noah Gabrilik led Florida Southern in terms of goals by a defenseman. So he looks to try to break something up as Gabrilik enters the zone. Center up in front, deflected, not quite there. As the net is just a little bit askew from that net drive by Gabrilik. So 1 second left on the man advantage. 10:49 in the second period, where ACC are up by 2.
So I hope he gets out in 5.
Gabrilik takes a shot. That one gets blocked up in front. And now an opportunity here for Sasso, who just dumps that one off on the right side. Easily snagged on by Terranova off of the wide angle shot. So game 2 of our AAU All-Star doubleheader will continue with the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League and the College Hockey South white team. So College Hockey South presenting 2 teams in the absence of the Delaware Valley Collegiate Hockey Conference. DVC is actually has members of their All-Star team combining with the ACC. So some Delaware Valley Conference players are combining with the ACC, and with the lack of the presence of Delaware Valley Hockey Conference, 2 teams got presented for College Hockey South. Bonsall wanted to weave through, but couldn't quite thread the needle. But ACC with it once again, as that one just ripped by Diem. A feed into the slot, nothing available, so CHS takes it back the other way. Boatwright has Rossi up ahead. Boatwright slaps that one, easily turned away by Vieira. Diem wanted to swing that one ahead for Connor Kane, but it gets taken away back by the D-line of Gators. And now potential 2-on-1, Matt Schneider all alone. Schneider shoots, Vieira turns it away. Schneider fights with it again, wants a man up in front, but it's ACC, an initial whiff and a reset. ACC with it once again, the high slot, they score! Ethan Locklear with a 3-goal lead for ACC, and that is a 3-0 lead for ACC. Ethan Locklear from Appalachian State, only 7 goals on the season in 14 games. Puts his contributions on the mark in the AAU All-Star Showcase.
ACCHL goal scored by number 80, Ethan Locklear, time of the goal, 10:48 in the second period.
CHS want to continue to battle inside of the ACC end. Mensimer wanted the shot up in front, gets blocked. Ferry with a wide angle, but that one is also blocked as well. Brkojacic dropped it off. Returned it back for Horwitz. Mensimer just dumps that one in as Schneider just comes on the far side as Ferry picks it off. Ferry, Mensimer couldn't get the finish. Mensimer had a wide open net, but just couldn't get the finish. And that's been the Achilles heel of College Hockey South so far. But Ferry continues to fight along. Mensimer lets that one fly. A feet up in front, rebound for Ferry. Just a little bit over his stick. Couldn't corral the bouncing puck, but CHS still on it. Mensimer wanted the side of the net. Mensimer along the corner, leaves it for Schneider. As Mensimer is tangled up, as just the one just comes skyward, and Ferry just has to take that one back as it falls behind the blue line. Schneider again. Schneider holds, Schneider delivers, but package not sent. Reininger tangle up with the legs of the officials. And Schneider, he's got a Ferry, and also Sullivan coming off the bench. Sullivan off the bench, takes a shot, loose puck in the crease, no one's got it, and Vieira has to lay out to get it. Schneider could only look skyward as he had the beautiful feet up in front for Carter Sullivan, and the USF Bull could not get the finish as Vieira was all over that play. Carter Sullivan, the only representative in the AAU All-Stars for the University of South Florida Bulls. A member of this CHS Gray team that is currently down by 3 with 7:15 to go in the second. Sullivan. Yesnich. Reininger drops it off, continues to go. Dip and doodle, keeps going, but cannot quite get the finish. Intercepted again by CHS as it's just laying there. Sullivan all alone scores! Carter Sullivan couldn't get the finish earlier, gets it on the second chance. Puts College Hockey South's first goal of the game and puts them within 2. So Carter Sullivan with a staggering 26 goals in 11 games for USF. Had 3 games in that stretch of 11 with 5+ goals. So 14 in the green helmet sure knows how to deliver into the back of the net. As that one comes all the way back, icing against ACC, and now potentially a little bit of life here for CHS. They just scored a goal, now they got an icing coming up. So if there's a chance for them to claw back into this game, it is essentially going to be on this period if they can continue to move forward with the momentum that they have created in only the last 35-40 seconds. But even if you include that earlier missed chance from Sullivan, a lot of momentum has been carrying its way for College Hockey South in the past 3 minutes or so. Noah Gabrilik into the corner. ACC cross-ice pass, could not quite get the deflection there. ACC still threatening as it comes right to the circles, but no one quite able to get there. As it comes all the way across for Sasso. Sasso couldn't get the handle, so CHS comes back the other way. Keegan Lampinen. Lampinen evades his man, continues possession. Deflection up in front, has to be stopped by Vieira, but CHS still looking to regain as that shot goes just wide. That was Jack Owen off of his rear end. Another shot goes, that one was overhead of Vieira. ACC and CHS, everyone making changes. As it goes to Boatwright. Boatwright on a boat race, could not quite get the dump off for Dreveny as he slipped on his own 2 feet. Dakota Johnson just lifts this one ahead. Comes all the way back for Berkolajic. Capped into the zone by ACC's defense 5 minutes ago in the second period. CHS down by 2. Bank pass off the board, comes right onto the stick of Stephen Rossi as he carries in, just goes for long range. And Jack Vieira hangs on. It was 1-0 after the first period. It currently sits at 3-1. 1 point per individual period won. So if the result continues to hold, it would be a point in favor of the ACC as they have the 2-1 goal differential in the second period alone. A scrap inside of the CHS end. No one could quite able to get there, so it goes to Scalia. Santos Scalia cycles it around, but it's stuck behind the net. And it just comes out to the zone to center.
Goalie in the crew camp, he played for the Spartans Premier last year. I'll bring him in next year to back up Haggett. His brother.
Aaron Spuler intercepted. Attempted drag move from Rossi, couldn't quite get there, but he recollects anyways. Rossi drives to the net. Rossi, one in center. Second chance, hits a leg. Another chance goes as that one is turned aside by Vieira. Wraparound opportunity, Vieira kicks it away. Another chance goes, scramble at the net. No one's got it, except for Vieira. He's got it. And he keeps this game within 2.
He has a chance to go, you know what I mean, early. Sorry. But if he doesn't,
What opportunities have come for College Hockey South ever since the approximately 8-minute mark of the second period? The engines are finally warmed up and the gas is starting to get pressed by College Hockey South as they send out the U Miami line with Ferry, Schneider, and Mensimer. Ferry couldn't quite collect, comes back away. And Kush Korean wins the battle for icing. J.R. Slayton and the rest of ACC are not very thrilled as that icing call came just a little late. But nonetheless, icing comes back against ACC. And it's a very unique position here for Riker Ferry taking faceoffs. Throughout the entirety of the U Miami season, he was playing winger with Matt Schneider. But he's having to play center for this line as it's kept inside of the zone by CHS. Mensimer getting to a tussle into the corner. Cannot quite come away as ACC is able to. Granzow, Terranova just sends it off. Casper unable to keep it in and just out of the reach of Ferry. 3 minutes to go in the second period, 3-1 in favor of ACC over College Hockey South. AAU All-Star Showdown here in Coral Springs. Schneider winds up, scores! Matthew Schneider, off of a national championship, puts CHS within 1. Matthew Schneider from the University of Miami, a Miami product himself, captained the Hurricanes, led them to the national championship, put CHS within 1 after being down 2. And just like that, it only took 8 minutes to go from 3-0 to 3-2.
College Hockey South players, scored by number 61, Matthew Schneider, assisted by number 59, Thomas starting the second, time of play 17:09 in the second period.
I was wondering why they had 3.
Turned over aside. That shot was just a little bit wide off of the stick of Ken Richter. Comes all the way around, DM, got it turned over, but couldn't quite find Sullivan, but comes back to College Hockey South regardless. 2:20 in period 2. At the 10:48 mark, this was a 3-0 ACC game. So if the result holds, if it's a goal differential tie by period, no points will be allotted. But we'll see how things carry out here. College Hockey South back in the row end. Ken Richter from the a Tennessee Volunteer has it away as it banks off, and now it goes to Yesnich. Yesnich, initial stop, and Sullivan will swing and a miss as he strikes out on that opportunity. ACC will just lift this one into the CHS end. Pape has Reininger. Reininger holds, shoots, easily blocked away for Vieira. Kept in by Pape. Dreveny sprints after that, and he's still all systems go. Kept in by CHS, centering up in front, could not quite find Owen, and now ACC look to make the opportunity go in the final minutes of the second. McAdams could not hit the mark. Foot race once again, but it's just going to be swung around the boards all the way down, stuck at center. Gabriluk able to get the turnover. Owen has Lampinen on the wide side. Lampinen has options, but easily snagged aside by Vieira to deny the feed up in front for Dylan Dreveny. Jack Vieira from the High Point Panthers has been so strong today. But in the final 39 seconds of the second period in a one-goal game, and once again, goal differential by period matters. It was 1-0 after the first period. In the second period alone, it's been 2-2, so it could be a wash, but centering up in front, could not quite get there. Gabriluk elects to defend instead with the final half a minute to go. Terranova tries to clear, but it went off of his old man, Pape. Stuck along the corner. No one able to get it there. It's just unable to adhere to anyone's stick. Back to the point to center as it just gets dumped in once again. So just a long-range shot, just a prayer to Terranova, and that is the end of two. What a period in the AAU All-Star Showdown. 4 goals to speak of. It started 1-0 in the first 10 minutes of play. It was 3-0, and then all of a sudden, just like that, 2 goals towards the end of the second period. It's Carter Sullivan and Matthew Schneider to bring this game within 1 with 1 period to go. No points in the round robin standings, but a 1-goal deficit to be made up by College Hockey South. Third period coming up. Back here for the final period of play in the inaugural match of the AAU All-Star Showdown here in Coral Springs, Florida Panthers Ice Den. Ryan Lee, our entire crew, once again here for the third period. And College Hockey South are clawing their way back into this match. They were down 1-0 after the first, and they were down 3-0 at the 10:48 mark of the second period. But in only the span of 4 minutes, 3:59 if you want to be exact, back-to-back goals from Carter Sullivan of USF, who is a third-team All-CHS Division III. And off of the feed from Riker Ferry goes Matthew Schneider from the University of Miami, leading the national Hurricanes, the national title Hurricanes in goals and points. So he's been able to produce and really get this game within reach for CHS. They're only down by 1, but because of the way the scoring works, ACC has a 1-point advantage in the round-robin standings. This is getting scored round-robin style. And goal differential by period does matter. So because ACC got the 1-0 goal advantage in the first period, they got the opening point in the first period, but because the second period was dead even at 2-2, that produces 0. But there are still points in play. The period winner and the potential regulation win, potential for shootout if things go to a tie. One more goalie change for College Hockey South. They're using their full plethora of goaltenders. We saw Cameron Crawford, we saw Tyler Terranova, and now Florida Southern's Jason Cribbs takes the net as CHS wins the opening faceoff, takes the initial possession straight to the ACC end, but that one gets disrupted right away. ACC in green and left to right. College Hockey South in the gray from right to left. Play gets stopped along the way by a couple of CHS defenders, so it comes all the way back to center. A quick sweep on the one-hander by Ken Richter, who is second team All College Hockey South Division II, just sweeps that one into the ACC end for a wholesale change for CHS. ACC will do a couple as well. A nice little defensive stick from Keegan Lampinen and just gets the nice little dangles from ACC to halt a little bit. Quick shot, Jason Cribbs gets started off with his first stop of the third period. Owen squaring off. He's got his intended target, but it comes back for ACC. Trevor Granzow open up the scoring, dumps it off. Wraparound opportunity, and that one gets stopped before it can go anywhere, but ACC still with possession. AJ Burgum. Bugum comes across. Knoll could not hold. As that one gets flooded up, Granzow once again. ACC keeps it deep in the CHS end, but it's just a little bit too far off the reach of Trevor Granzow. So both sides will get some fresh legs. Cribbs, turn that one aside. Bugern just goes to nowhere, so it comes from Matt Kushkarian. Kushkarian makes a dangle move, drops the one off. Reininger, Kushkarian takes the deflection right in front. As we have a goalie change on the other end, Daniel Mark getting into the action. Daniel Mark from Catholic University steps in as he holds on for stops number 1 and 2, only 2:20 into the third. So Jack Vieira's night is over. Cam Crawford and Tyler Terranova have had chances in net. Now we get to see Jason Cribbs, 16-4-1 in the regular season. .875 save percentage and 3.15 goals against average. Second team All College South Division III. As College Hockey South is in the AAC end, he's like trying to get the deflection but couldn't quite get it to swing. Easily snagged by Cribbs off of the absolute ripper of a shot going there by Nick Sasso. Sasso showing some of that goal-scoring pedigree throughout the regular season. 27 games and 22 goals throughout that stretch for Nick Sasso from High Point. with the shot, but Jason Cribbs from Florida Southern, Division III of College Hockey South, hangs on for the stop. Schneider wanted to dangle, broken up by Mensimer, swatted at, and that one is wide. Gabrilik, hesitation, makes his man miss, so he just feeds this one back. Off target for Schneider, icing against College Hockey South. Icing brings this puck all the way back into the College Hockey South end. This is game 1 of 2 of our doubleheader for the AAU All-Star Showcase. We have the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League, UNYCHL, taking on the College Hockey South white team. So College Hockey South producing 2 teams with the absence of Delaware Valley. As Mensimer takes a stick and a penalty. Sam Casper makes his way to the box as Max Mensimer got his legs all tangled up. And it's a totally fair opportunity of a second team all CHS D3 streaking up down the middle. You get the stick right in between the leg, and Casper takes a seat for 2, the defenseman from Appalachian State. So we're just a little over 3 minutes into the third. College Hockey South down by 1. And the Hurricane line continues to rock. Ferry, Schneider, and Mensimer. Ferry with the face-off. Pape at the blue line. Pape stuck in the feet of Mensimer. Can't find it. As that one gets cleared away, and ACC will just walk this one in. They want to look for a shorthand opportunity, as that one is stopped by Cribbs. Absolutely denying the opportunity from Michael Williams. Now Max Mensimer. Wanted Schneider, comes off a body, so Gabrilik has to take it back. Gabrilik easily intercepted by ACC, sends that one up in the air, and just continues to eat away as we're just past a half a minute deep into the power play as Riker Ferry looks to press on the gas. Ferry poked aside, Gabrilik can't keep in. 70 seconds in the power play. Mensimer touches up ahead for Schneider. Matt Schneider wants Ferry, couldn't quite get the touch on as it was out of his reach. And it comes all the way down. CHS makes some changes, ACC will as well. Pape. 50 seconds to go on the man advantage for College Hockey South. Richter tangled up but escapes. Ringing around the boards, halted along the way by Locklear. He scored a goal. That was the 3rd goal to make it 3-0. He just sends that one away on the penalty kill. Just through the skates of Donovan Yesnich and all the way down the ACC end. They will clear once again. Brkojakic with the final 5 seconds of the man advantage. Just looking for an opportunity anywhere as he has a cross-ice feed. Brkojakic drops off. Sullivan shoots off of a leg. Sullivan has the game back, hit, scores! Calder Sullivan, his second of the game, ties the game, 3-3. The Bull isn't messing around. He's driving, horns down. Carter Sullivan, the USF Bull, ties this game at 3. And to think halfway through the second, CHS was down 3. They've scored 3 straight to level this game with 14:44 left to go in the third.
CHS goal from number 14, Carter Sullivan, assisted by number 27, Noah Horowitz. Time of the goal, 5:16 in the third period.
Noah Horwitz assisted on that Sullivan power play goal. It was actually just off the end of the power play, so it's actually in regulation time. Noah Horwitz with a goal in the national final in that 8-2 win versus Florida Atlantic for the Division II national title. Assisted on Carter Sullivan's second goal of the game to level this game at 3 as ACC is deep in the CHS zone. Wide angle shot off the range. Could not find Cribbs up in front, so it has to be chased all the way back by Christian Ivancic. CHS has been rolling with steam. There's a reason why in the AAU Nationals, CHS produced 3 national title teams as it comes up in front. Shot comes, blocked up in front, Keegan Lappinen. Has it again, Lappinen wants to wrap around, tangled up, no one's got it, another chance goes, stopped by Mark and sent away, but held up at center by Gabrilik. Gabrilik, one of 2 members of the Florida Southern Moccasins on this roster as he advances this puck across. Wanted Rossi, but it was denied up in front, hit a leg. And some nice passing by the AAC. They want to continue to press on the gas, but nothing available there as it just gets disrupted along the way. 7 minutes deep in the third period, in a 3-3 game. If this game remains a tie, it comes to a shootout. ACC into the offensive zone, stopping a turn and a slip along the way, but still deep in the CHS end. Holds, Cribbs cannot get the denial on that one as ACC retakes the lead. A.J. Bugern from Liberty has retaken the lead for ACC. Bugern with 18 goals in 17 games with Liberty gets the lead back for the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League after Sullivan tied things up. That only took a little over 2 minutes from this game to go from level to CHS back to chasing. 4-3.
Assisted by number 24, Trevor Granzow, and number 71, Jack Slater. Time of the goal, 7:24 in the third period.
Pops up in the air, into the bench. So Trevor Granzow gets a goal and assist. He was nearing a 2 assists per game pace in the regular season, 34 in 18 games for Trevor Granzow. But with the deflection up in the air, faceoff comes right outside of the blue line where Ferry and Schneider pursue. Ferry pinned along the boards, leaves it for Schneider. Schneider, Mensimer could not quite get it, but kept in. Winds up, fires, off the post and out. Mensimer back once again, wanted Schneider, could not keep. But Horwitz keeps this one into the offensive end. Riker Ferry getting pestered, spins away. Ferry looking for options. He gets tangled up. Ferry's down, puck still loose, Mensimer. Mensimer from the wide angle, Ferry wants to shove that one in. And another penalty came for ACC. Cribbs was just about to hit the bench before the whistle gets blown. So 2 opportunities for College Hockey South. Unable to capitalize either time, but 1 more round to go as Liberty's Jake Knoll takes a seat for 2. CHS electing to continue this line of 2 Gators and 3 Canes as it goes from Gator to Gator. Schneider blocked up in front again as ACC will just flip this one deep as it comes from Luke Basier. Riker Ferry Ferry takes a shot off of a stick up in front, but Mensimer continues to attack. Mensimer wins the puck back. Wants the points for Horwitz, but couldn't keep it. And Horwitz is right at center. Barko Jakic. Barko Jakic advancing. Has to pirouette away from his attacker as Schneider has a man off the bench as it goes off of a leg. That was blocked up in front by Kasper. Horwitz sent up in front, deflected, wanted Mensimer in the slot, but Jesnich, his shot was deflected up and out of play. Donovan Jesnich, a nice addition here from Middle Tennessee State. He scored a hat trick in the last game that he played. That was versus Clemson in the Middle Tennessee State's finale in the regular season. They couldn't make the playoffs. However, Jesnich continued to make his contributions as Kirk Korean couldn't quite find the intended target, so Sullivan has to bring it all the way back for Reininger. Reininger, Kush Korean, wide angle shot, they score! This game is level again on the power play, Matt Kush Korean. We went from a 3-2 game to even at 3. ACC retook the lead, and now College Hockey South is back level at 4. And a win off the draw again as they're trying to go quick. Richter looks to dangle, backhander, unable to get past Daniel Mark. Sullivan chasing. Sullivan with an assist on that play. So what a game for Sullivan, 2 goals and assists. Wide angle shot comes just wide of Cribbs. So Carter Sullivan, 2 goals and an assist so far in this game as the wide angle shot comes right off of Cribbs. Another wide angle shot held on by the lone goaltender of Florida Southern's roster. As much as an impressive run that Jason Cribbs has had, keep in mind that the entire way through for Florida Southern, he was the only goaltender on their entire roster. So when things didn't necessarily go the way they wanted to in the CHS D3 playoffs, in the AAU Nationals for D3, every time up against Miami, he was in it throughout the end as Pape takes it behind Cribbs. But it lifts its way all the way up for Lampinen. Lampinen is taken up, and now he is going to get the penalty drawn. A tripping call is against ACC. That's Sawyer Tantliff. So this produces the 3rd power play for CHS. They converted on 1. That was the last opportunity. That was scored by Kush Korean, assisted by Sullivan. So we already saw 1 power play goal from College Hockey South. Can they produce again to take their first lead of the game? Gabrilik. Pape. Pape on the wide angle, stopped by Mark. Back around the boards once again, looks for an opening. And that one is cleared, but Gabrilik keeps this one at center, so it doesn't go all the way down, but it is cleared nonetheless, as we've already burned out the first half a minute. Keegan Lampinen, second team, all CHS D2, dangles through, takes the body up in front. That was Ethan Locklear laying down as now we have a man all alone on a breakaway. That one was shot wide. Another turnover here, cross ice, couldn't quite go. AJ Buger looking for number 2, had 2 good chances. Another turnover here. College Hockey South maintains, however. Pape out of reach for Owen. Owen disrupts, Pape looks to recollect, and he does. Final minute of the power play. Pape in the offensive end, but offside was Lampinen on the far side. Keegan Lampinen, unable to make anything go, but that's not without making his contributions. He's coming off of an electric performance in that 8-4 win versus FAU in the D2 finals, 1 goal and 4 points in that national final alone. So he contributed on half of the 8 goals produced by the Florida Gators. As Matthew Schneider from the Hurricanes takes a wide angle shot. Daniel Mark gets a mark on his pads to steer that one away as Max Mensimer takes it on the far end. Mensimer off the side of the goal. Mark couldn't collect. Ferry back from Mensimer. 30 seconds left on the odd man opportunity for CHS. And Mark holds on. 24 to go on the power play. 5 under 8 in the third in a 4-4 game. No overtime if the score holds. It goes straight into a shootout. Mensimer pops that one into the air. He gets swatted away. Ivancic battling with Ferry. Ivancic tries to clear as it just gets nutmegged through the legs of Horwitz. Brkojakic, Horwitz. Final 5 seconds of the power play for College Hockey South. They'll be at 1 for 4 on the day. No offside, Max Mensimer. Mensimer, Schneider. Still deep, Mark with the kick away. But Mensimer still pursuing as it just comes around. Schneider presses on a little bit as fight varies up in front. Just swung that one wide. Centering opportunity here, ACC into the CHS end. And that one will just be dumped in deep in order to get the change off. That was Spuler on the dump. And change. ACC has it now. Dakota Johnson in the attacking end. Johnson leaves it behind. Shot kicked away by Cribbs from Spuler. Trevor Granzow couldn't quite get there, so it gets taken back again by the ACC, but not for long as it gets a little bit tangled up. Some miscommunication along the way, but Rossi beats out the icing. Just tries the backhanded shot, but it comes all the way back for Reininger. Nick Reininger from the Alabama Crimson Tide on their Division I team sends it all the way deep. 6 minutes to go in the third, 4-4 game. Puck tucked right in front by Matt Kushkarian, but offside by a long shot was Santos Scalia. So as we mentioned before, there's not just a mixture of teams within this AAU national team, but there are also mixtures within divisions. You have guys like John Owen and Tyler Terranova who are on the D3 roster for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Then you have guys like Nick Reininger and Matt Kushkarian who are on the Division I team. So you got some mixture of divisions within the same school, which can make an interesting layer and things. And set up in front, Rossi couldn't hit the mark. Another chance for College Hockey South because on the outside of the net. Rossi wants to center up again, but capped in by CHS. Tight roping the blue line, Kushkarian. Kushkarian return feed from Boatwright. Kushkarian, nice dangle move. 5:20 to go. Just throws that one well wide. Couple of teammates, Rossi and Kushkarian, couldn't quite get there. As to just hand it off. Rossi not able to possess for long as ACC looked to gain possession. Slap shot goes wide off of the windup from Zach Adra. And the whistle comes for a hooking call against ACC. 5th power play opportunity for CHS. CHS 1 for 4 so far, and with 5 minutes left, they're looking for their first goal. Their first lead of the game is what they're looking for with a goal in a squared up game at 4. CHS wins the draw. Sullivan takes a shot deflected wide. ACC up, not out. Kept in by College Hockey South. Just draws that one in the general direction of Mark, and Sullivan has to chase. Sullivan fires too high. Still scrambled behind the net of Mark. No one can quite get there. College Hockey South still has that one. Wind up, it goes off of a leg. Carter Sullivan almost got a tip on, but it's kept in by Gabrilik. Still with it, Yasnich. Sullivan. 40 seconds burned off so far. Yasnich. Back for Pape. Yasnich shoots. Mark has it. Rebound. Second chance. Just off the mark. Unable to hit Mark as he was scrambling. But it's going to be back once again. ACC possession. A nice couple of dangles for Slayton. And ACC the other way. Unstopped there for Cribbs. Slayton after it. And now goes Pape. 45 to go on the extra man for College Hockey South. Sullivan has two. Can he get three? Sullivan drives. Couldn't get there. Unable to get kicked in off of the foot of Berkolicic. Of Berkoljakic, pardon. As Berkoljakic has it back. The Florida Gator continues to pursue all the way up as he dumps to the slide for his fellow teammate, Keenan Lackman. Owen wanted the pass back to the point off of a body. 10 seconds left to go. Wind up off the mark again. Was Dylan Dreveny. Horwicks slaps one, scores! The first lead of the game for College Hockey South. Just as the penalty expires, just under 3 minutes to go. First lead of the game for CHS, it's 5-4. College Hockey South was down 3-0 halfway through the second. Since then, they've had a 5-1 goal swing in 2 periods as that one goes way overhead. And let's hope that as that puck went so high, it even went past the mesh. Let's hope that doesn't hit a concession worker, but nonetheless, face off in the College Hockey South end. Quick slapper, couldn't quite get contained, so Matthew Schneider has it. Schneider wanted Reininger. Just lets that one fly as Kush Korean goes behind. Kush Korean has to continue to make something work as he was swarmed by some ACC players. Couple of green jerseys turn it away, so it goes to Reininger. Just a deflection off of Mensimer, so no icing called against CHS. A tough period for Daniel Mark. He averaged 3.32 goals against, the product from Catholic University, and gave up for College Hockey South their first lead of the game with only 3 minutes to go in the game as Mark had to be quick on that one with a shot from Ferry in the slot. Bank it off the windows, and back again for Johnson. Johnson watched by Gabrilik. Johnson takes a tangle, Gabrilik gets whistled down. And with 100 seconds left to go in the game, ACC has a chance on the power play to square things up and force a shootout. Timeout, ACC. For good reason. Noah Gabrilik into the box. Noah Gabrilik, third team All CHS Division III from Florida Southern. Was a part of that Moccasin squad that made their way all the way to the AAU National Final where they lost in the Division III round to the Miami Hurricanes. Stick around as this is part 1 of our 2-game doubleheader. College Hockey South Gray versus Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League. And coming up right after this, Upstate New York CHL versus CHS White. CHS with 2 teams in this tournament. And CHS Gray will host the next opponent of our doubleheader, Upstate New York. In Saturday's afternoon session, ACC will be playing Upstate New York in their next game at 10:50 a.m. tomorrow morning. CHS Gray will also have a match against Empire before then at 8 a.m. So last opportunity for ACC to potentially tie. Comes across Slayton. Goalie pulled for ACC, 6-on-4. Shot was stopped by Cribbs. Another chance goal, swept aside but not out. Comes back for Slayton again. Capped along the corner. No one quite able to get clear possession as it comes for Bugum. Center up in front, Cribbs pokes it away. Who's got it first? It's Sullivan on the PK, but not out. Cross ice, Slayton almost stumbles. But Slayton getting stumbled by Yesnich. Cross ice, stop just overhead. 1 minute left to go in the regulation time. 1 goal deficit for ACC. They look to tie this up and force the shootout. Swung all the way around by ACC. Back to the point for Slayton. Comes all the way across, kept in the zone. Shot blocked up in front and cleared. Doesn't hit the open net, and it's just off the mark, but CHS gets a fresh roll of players. ACC has 40 seconds left to go. ACC only 1 power play opportunity the whole game, unable to convert. That was all the way back in the first period as well. Bang off the board, Kush Korean, up and out. 25 seconds left to go. In a 1-goal game, ACC looked to make something work. Bugum, can he get another goal as that one was a tire popped up in front for Slayton. As this final 10 seconds left to go, ACC, one last gasp, intercepted by Scalia. Tangled up once again, shot in front, wide, Cribbs, it's under him. The time expires. It's under Cribbs, did it cross the goal line? And it has not. College Hockey South Gray has clawed their way back from down 3 to victorious 5-4. College Hockey South, hometown heroes to open up the AAU All-Star Showdown. So we saw the ACC have a 3-0 lead halfway through the second period, and just like that, 5 goals for College Hockey South, 1 for the ACC to lock this one out at 5-4. So with all of the rules that are in place, that's a period win for College Hockey South and a game win. So this produces the 3 points of a regulation win for College Hockey South. ACC was able to get the period win back in the first period. So after all of the rule finagling and point counting, ACC gets the 1 from the first period. CHS gets the victory. That's 3 points for them in the round robin. As we have part 2 of our doubleheader coming up later in the evening at 9. Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League versus College Hockey South White Team. CHS Gray will face Empire tomorrow morning, and ACC will host Upstate New York tomorrow as well. That's it for us here in the opening match of the AAU All-Star Showdown. And after 3 periods of play, 5 for College Hockey South Gray, 4 for Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League. That's it for us and our entire crew. For all of us here in Coral Springs, I'm Ryan Lee. Thank you for joining us. Join us for the second game of our doubleheader. Have a great rest of your night.